was involved heavily, and now Gary's continuing the tradition, and Carmen's doing a great job. I just wanna tell you, I asked Gary to come. They're doing some really great things at the zoo, and I want him to hand it out, cause I was impressed after you gave it to me at the last meeting. I don't know what Carmen told, I called her and I said, we need to let everyone know what you're doing out there at the zoo, cause this is, I think, a big thing and a great attraction, and I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, I'll kind of go through the report first, and then Gary can tell you all about all the exciting stuff coming up, thanks to the Zoo Society, in 2026. So as feared, our final attendance numbers for 2025 look like they're going to be a bit down from 2024, weather related. We're pretty confident that is weather related. And we came in about 4,600 some visitors short of the goals we had set for the year. But the good news, up however from the year before, so looks like 1 year with a little bit of a dip. But that 4,600 some, that number of people, that's a couple good Saturdays in the summer. It's really not a huge significant number. It's, we frequently on summer weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, we'll see 2,000 people a day. So I really think that's just the result of a whole lot of rainy weekends or unbearably hot or air that couldn't be breathed. We just had a lot of it this past year. The good news is that the revenue in all of the areas within the zoo actually exceeded the year before. So even though there were fewer people, we made more money. And not, that's not just because the attendance, admission fee went up a little bit. The restaurant, the gift shop, the membership program, people wanting to support the zoo there through memberships, our special events, vending, animal feeding, our educational programs, all of those areas, although there were fewer people who came, they spend a lot more money on all those other things that you can do. So that's a really positive thing. So that looks good. And in fact, again, although we saw fewer people out there this past year, 2,000 more of them than the previous year used the canopy tour. So people are doing more while they're there. So we're capturing more revenue. Yeah, so that is good and hopeful, and we feel good about it. Our report that you got does include the list of upcoming 2026 Blackwell Job Corps projects. Supervisor Antno had asked that we include that. And our maintenance manager is working with the Blackwell people as well as NWTC and the Green Bay Conservation Corps to line up the projects that will be coming up this year. The leaders of those programs do sometimes need to adjust depends a little bit on who they have in their classes, what they feel they're able to do as far as the scope of the projects, but we've got a bunch lined up and looking really forward to working with them again. It's always nice to have that community involvement. Not only is it great for them to get some experience, great for us of course, because aside from purchasing the supplies, all that labor is free, and it's just a nice way for members of the community to feel included. They come back with their kids years later to show them what they had built when they were starting out. So all those programs are really awesome.
Many thanks to the Carpenters Union who helped facilitate that.
Yes, they're very involved in that, and always come out to do a little celebration at the end of the project and reward the people who did the work. We are right now, have started the annual half-price admission in January and February. We always cut our admission price in half, tend to see a lot fewer people in the winter, so just want to give them lots of reason to come out. So that's underway. Our spring camps are open for, what are our little handouts? We always do educational camps whenever schools are out of session. Because people are looking for somewhere to send the kids, and the zoo's a great place for them to come learn and hang out and have fun. So those are open and they typically fill up very fast. So what else we got going on? We do have a new male otter, Wasabi.
Oh, fun.
Yes, Wasabi, he's a 10-month-old otter who was born at Henry Valley Zoo in Madison. Just picked him up recently, so he has joined Ophelia. They're still getting to know each other, so he's not out there where people can see him just yet, but.
Do you have kind of quite a relationship with the Violet Zoo?
Sure, yep, we work with them and all the other AZA zoos quite a bit, and it was very nice, and yeah, the person in the nationwide and beyond, AZA looks into, we needed a male otter, they had a young male otter, needed a home. You do want to look at logistics too, and not put the poor thing on an airplane if you don't have to. And so that was a nice, I popped down there and went back in my car and drove home back. And my brother lives in Madison, so he took the break back. Saved us some money. And what interesting things happening today, since I didn't bring you any animals, we did do a big tortoise tip today. Our large Aldabra tortoise, it's about 500 pounds, I'd say, has been experiencing a little bit of a veterinary issue. We're investigating, trying to figure out what. He just hasn't been eating great. He's been a little slowed down, and we're worried about him. So it's really hard to get a blood sample out of a tortoise. They're really good at tucking inside or apparently running away when they're trying to put a needle into them. We actually got the whole crew together today. I think it took all of the available zookeepers, and the vet, and our new curator to tip him over. So it's something you want to do a lot with a gigantic tortoise, but just to get at good blood vessels, to get a good blood sample, so we can look at his liver levels, his kidneys, all the, just to get some more clues about what might be going on. He actually seems, he's eating a little better. He seems like he's eating. So that's my fun animal story. Turn it over to Gary to tell you about some of the upcoming Renew the Zoo projects. They've actually already started on this. In the report, there's some pictures of the new bear pool and whooping crane pool that, thanks to funding from the Zoological Society, were just installed recently. They're too cold to fill them up with water for the animals, but they're looking forward to them.
So as Supervisor Antono mentioned, we've been in existence since 1986 officially as a nonprofit. And in that time, we've donated millions of dollars in buildings and habitat for visitor experiences out at the zoo. What you have in front of you is what we've done since 2021. And you can see that adds up to just over $2.6 million in different projects. The one I highlighted was, I've talked with Troy Streichenbach numerous times, and his comment was always, do you guys have a marketing plan? So we contracted with O'Connor Connective in 2025, and they came up with a very in-depth, great marketing plan for Carmen to use at the zoo. So that's one of the things I'd like to highlight on there, as well as the canopy tour she mentioned. And then if you look on page 2, we've gotten some feedback, and I've got some information on that in a little bit. We've gotten feedback from potential donors and visitors saying the zoo is starting to look a little tired. There are some things that need to be probably updated. So what we did is we sat down with Carmen and her staff, all the zookeepers, and we just started throwing projects up on the whiteboard. And what we did is we prioritized those, and if you look at page 2, that's what we came up with based on their input. Carmen mentioned about getting people out there in the wintertime. Enlarging the penguin habitat is to have an indoor space so that people can come out in the wintertime and see the penguins doing their thing. So that's one of the things that's on the project. But you can see we've got a very aggressive $4 million capital campaign. Carmen also mentioned what we wanted to do was do projects right away. So again, we prioritized what we prioritized to start showing some progress towards renewing the zoo. So the overall campaign is going to be the Renew the Zoo campaign, capital campaign. You can see we've already done around $111,000 in things to kind of start updating it. One of the things that we did is the Barth Center, where all the employees get ready to get going for the day. I don't know if you've ever been in there, but it's sad. So we just started the process to update that. When I was working for a living, wherever I was, always made a difference in my attitude for the day. So we're trying to get the keepers to start off with a happy experience to go in and get ready, and then at the end of the day to do the same thing. So real quickly, with O'Connor Connective, we did a feasibility study for the capital campaign, and got a very in-depth report from them that now is a good time to go forward. The other thing they mentioned was right now in the Brown County area, there's about $400 million in campaigns going on for private money. Yeah, 400 million. They thought, based on the interviews that they did, that our $4 million campaign was very doable. And again, if you look at our budget for the capital campaign, we have the maintenance endowment fund of $1 million as the top priority as we move forward. But one of the things that O'Connor came to said in the study was that updating and maintenance on the zoo was very important. It was time to start doing some of that. And then the other thing is how important it's going to be moving forward, that working with Carmen and our director of fundraising, as well as myself, that as we get out and we're the face to the public, that we need to be on the same page with everything that we're doing. So
I want to compliment you and thank you. This is something so important to, I think, help for the future and the sustainability of the zoo, which gets no county dollars or no support, just our land. And trying to get different groups to try to help do different projects like the Carpenters do with you and get other business support. It's really important. But we need to make it sustainable, and what you're doing here, Gary, is a big step in the right direction for sustainability. I'll open it up to questions from any of the committee members.
No questions, but I'd echo what you just said, Mr. Chairman. What you do for the zoo is just fantastic, and thank you very much, Gary.
Supervisor Wolf, anything?
Yeah, I just want to compliment you guys. You're doing a great job. It's a family-friendly environment at the zoo, and I appreciate it.
okay.
Do you have how many kids do you have that you can get involved with this, like your?
Oh,
Tony's
I
already
have
on
I
a,
don't-
board.
I have a son that's on the board,
Yeah.
Well,
so third generation.
Ernie started it, but anyway.
He did, back in '85.
Yeah,
He retired and was bored, so he wanted to do something to better the community, so that's what he did. And I started.
Very good.
again, thank you very much. I think this is something important for, you had a copy for Therese, because that the whole board, people need to be aware of this.
Hmm?
This is important. Let people know how hard you're working and what we're trying to do for sustainability for the zoo. And, I always call this the quality of life committee, and, you know,
It is.
it's a good thing. So, thank you, Gary, thank you, Carmen, very much.